Hello and welcome to the Schwartz Advisors Report. I'm Emma Henderson, Managing Editor of Aftermarket News, and with me today is Managing Partner of Schwartz Advisors, Mike Buzzard. How you doing today?
I'm great, Emma. How are you?
Good, good, and we have lots to talk about. So you and your Schwartz Advisors colleagues talk to pretty much every segment of the aftermarket. How's business?
It has been such a choppy year in the aftermarket. I almost feel like every month you're getting a different story. I think the first half of the year has been, been a little tempered, but I talked to a couple of shop owners this week, and they were like, "We're having the best June we've ever had." So I feel like, you get glimmers of demand. I think that really comes through, but in the long run, as you know, our industry is very resilient, and there's a lot of cars on the road. So we were really bullish in the long-term output of the aftermarket.
Absolutely. And you also talk to investors, strategics, and financials. So, what is their view of the kind of bumpy road that you've been talking about in the market?
Yeah, I think generally speaking, a lot of the financial community still feels that the aftermarket's a great place to invest. Now, there's all kinds of different fiefdoms, as you know, in our wonderful industry, but generally speaking, it's still a great place. And the tariff impact, I think, is different for different segments of the aftermarket and different areas of the aftermarket. If you think about what it means for your traditional suppliers, what it means for heavy duty, and so many other different areas, but the demand for our products continues to be really strong, and I think that it's also looked at as not a safe haven, but certainly if the economy isn't that great, people aren't going to be buying new vehicles, and they're going to have to repair what they've got. So that those are very positive trends that financial investors really are bullish about the aftermarket for.
Absolutely. I know I've definitely been more aware of my car maintenance. I actually just went and got a little tune up today, so perfect
There you
timing.
go.
Yeah, so for those impacted by the price increases, some of that being from the tariffs, how are they navigating?
It really depends on where they're sourcing their product from, especially from the manufacturers. What's the country of origin? How much can they absorb? How much has to be pushed through the supply chain? And everyone's trying to do their best to make sure that they're as competitive as possible, yet still making sure that they have to be profitable and run a business. I think that our trade organizations between MEMA and AutoCare have done a great service to the members in giving them tools to help calculate the impact of tariffs and really what it's going to mean, not just from a pricing standpoint, but really a cash flow standpoint. I think that's one of the things that has been really well received by the entire aftermarket community. So ultimately, it's going to be part of the long-term game of how you maintain your competitiveness and navigate a lot of uncertainty out there. And the more clarity that's brought in, the more agreements that are reached, I think the easier it's going to be for the manufacturers and the distributors, all the way down to the shops repairing the vehicle to maintain their profitability and come out with the best possible outcome.
With all of this chaos going on, what can business owners focus on? Because it feels like there's 1,000 different things going on at once. So what can they focus on during these times?
In times like this, focus on the fundamentals. What made your business successful in the past? Where do you want to take it in the future? It's a time for, I think, people to really kind of step back a little bit and really evaluate where they are. That's one of the things that we do a lot of work with business owners at SA as they're having those conversations. So, where do they want their business to be in 2 to 5 years? What are some of the trends that they want to, bring into or take advantage of in their business? What does succession planning look like? What are they doing to really go and better their teams? What's the market look like out there? So a big part of what we work with business owners on is helping them really put together that strategic plan for the next 2 to 3 to 5 years, so that they're in a really good position to be ready to take advantage of the markets when they're really strong. That's a big part of what we do at SA, and really, as people think about what's next in terms of what they want to do with their business long term, we like to really have those conversations early on. We want to make sure that we're talking to people if they're thinking about succession planning, if they're thinking about bringing their business to market. we want to get in front of them, at least a year before they're ready to do that. And we have a program that we can take people through to help them identify areas that they can improve on in their business, things that the buying community is going to really pay attention to, so that when they are ready to go to market, we're helping them be prepared and be able to come out in the best possible way.
If there's anything I've learned from you guys, just chatting even just once a month on this, it's that preparation is key. So
Yeah.
how can business owners engage with Schwartz Advisors now?
Well, there's a number of ways that you can do it. And even if you're at a point where you're not exactly sure where to go, a quick conversation with myself or one of my partners is a great way to start, and will really help you understand what options you have available to you. How can SA help you get your business in the best possible position, and how can we help you go out there and win together, whatever that may be. So, a big part of us of what SA is being operators in the aftermarket. People that have been there in all different areas of our industry, but we've sat in those seats. We've been on the other side of the table. So the more conversations we can have, the more that we can really help business owners get prepared and get ready for the next step.
Yeah, I think giving people options is really crucial anytime, but probably especially right now.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, thank you so much for coming on, and thank you to everyone else who tuned in to watch.
Thank you, Emma.